Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? We might have a little bit of an echo. Let me make sure. Test, test. There we go. All right, sounds working good. What's up, Pat? Swing Trader, Andrew, Mido, 25, Chris. What's up, guys? Good morning. Hope y'all are doing well. We got MTCH popping up on the scanners here, but really in penny stock world, we do have a lot that's moving. We have GTXI, we have SEEL, NIO, BPTH, which is tradable for us. That's definitely what I'm going to be watching. ALT, CGC, HIIQ. So we got some movers here. What's up, Tech, Andy, Jay, Gary, Pat? What's up, guys? Bill? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. Oh, just waking up. I got to go make myself some coffee in a minute. We got QCOM popping up on the scanners here. We have MTCH, LPSN. And like I said here, this is day 4 testing the moving average crossover strategy. If you've been watching the stream, at least the first move of the day with this moving average crossover strategy has been 100% accurate. We're going to look to keep it going here and see if we can get another day in the green with that strategy for the first move. The moving averages I'm using are the 12 EMA and the 26 SMA. So the 12 exponential moving average and the 26 simple moving average. And so those are the two I'm using. Like I said, we'll see how they go today. I'm excited to keep testing that. It's shown a decent amount of potential, and so I'll definitely look forward to continue testing that today. And be sure to stick around if you want to see how that goes. But yeah, I'm going to go make some coffee. I'll be back in a few minutes. What's up, guys? Good morning, good morning. Sorry I'm running a little bit late today. So, yeah, watching ALT. We'll see what else we get. Let me catch back up on the stream here. Yeah, Savannah had a good question. She said, "Hello, I'm new to trading. Can someone explain to me what the moving average crossover means?" It's a certain type of trading strategy. The specific one I'm using is the 12 EMA and the 26 SMA, and so, but those can be interchanged. Like Brent, I believe, said underneath. Yeah, you can use whatever time frame and length of a moving average you'd like, 50, 200. Just the specific one I'm using is the 12 and the 26. Um, what's up, Pat? What's up, Casey? What's up, George? Nick? Jordan? What's up, Jordan? What's up, bro? Eric? What's up, man? Illard? What's up, bro? Long time no see, brother. Um, we got Netron. Super cool. What's up, dude? North chapter. Good morning, Brent. Jason, what's up, brother? Scott, what's up, man? I think I said George, Savannah. I think that's about everybody. How's everybody doing today? Netron, Andy, Tech, Gary, what's up, guys? Swing Trader, what's up, man? All right. So yeah, a lot of people talking about ALT this morning, what the news is for ALT. I'll try to look it up to see what's going on with this one. I'm not really showing anything for this specific stock right now. It's just showing it's up a ton. So from what I see, I'm not seeing any news for ALT. So no catalyst that I can really see here for ALT. We'll see what happens with that one. We also have GTXI here, GTXI. Let's see. We have. We got two-way here posting the news for GTXI. The news is that GTX and Octernal Therapeutics are entering into a definitive merger agreement to create NASDAQ-listed critical stage company developing a diverse pipeline of novel cancer therapies. Float of 13 million. Small float for GTXI, and it basically entered into a merger. I'll have to try to find the symbol of the stock it merged with. We also have BPTH, which looks interesting, gapping up nicely here. Like if you let me pull this up. If you see here, you can see ALT on the bottom. You can see GTXI on the top, and then you can see BPTH here, which is really starting to run. And this one's actually tradable on TEFs. Huge percentage move in the last week. Really in the last day or so, it's just made a monster move. But in the last week, it's made, it was at $1.80 something a week ago, and now it is at 16. And so, huge move, huge percentage move for BPTH here. We also have DPW, which is a crypto stock, if I remember correctly. I was awarded a $2.9 million contract. SEEL, if you look here, SEEL looks interesting. Some definitely has some volume here, gapping up from 155 to 239. And so we do have some penny stocks that are actually moving. SEEL is going to webcast a presentation at the 39th Annual Cohen Healthcare Conference. And so it's going to be presenting at a conference for SEEL. But yeah, I mean, an interesting day here for sure. We got a lot of different movers. Overall, the market is down a little bit, it looks like. Down a very slight amount, basically break even after a big red day yesterday. Look at all the fades the overall market did yesterday off of the VWAP. So just maintained a really significant and self-evident downward trend for most of yesterday. And so we'll see what happens with the overall market today. But yeah, some of the penny stocks are definitely moving right now. And yeah, those are a few of those are going to be on watch. How's everybody doing? What's up, Eric? What's up, dude? What's up, Tech? You miss coffee, bro? Oh man. I mean, I kind of miss nicotine. Not really though. Um, like if there's any benefit to nicotine, it's like you have consistent restroom breaks. And if I miss anything about nicotine, it's just the consistency of my um, bowel movements, I should say. It was consistent. That's one thing I'll give nicotine credit for. I mean, it's a terrible drug, a terrible, terrible thing for yourself. And I'm pretty happy I gave up those electric cigarettes and nicotine. But you know, I do miss them a little bit. Um, at the same time, though, it was actually, for instance, if you smoke cigarettes and if you're using e-cigs, like I said, what I did is I just completely switched to CBD vapes. And I honestly noticed no difference. It's not like I was super moody or anything like that. I just completely transitioned off of nicotine. And I've been smoking for 15 years. And so it's surprisingly easy to quit with CBD. Very interesting. But yeah, I'm also going to be watching NIO here. NIO looks somewhat interesting here. It actually had a red day yesterday, although it was a slight red day. Very minor red day. I'm still thinking it may rebound some. It rebounded initially. If anybody remembers what I said about NIO yesterday, I thought it might spike up at the open and then slowly fade back down the rest of the day, and that's kind of exactly what it did. But today I'm still looking to see if it spikes back some. It's already down a ton. If I pull up NIO here, if I pull it up here, you can see NIO on the bottom. Interesting stock to watch. Definitely going to keep an eye on that one. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with ALT. If anybody knows, let me know, because I have no idea what's going on with ALT this morning. They raised the guidance. George Bush. Okay, I appreciate it. All right, so yesterday and today, the FDA's Vaccine and Related Biological Products Advisory Committee is meeting to discuss and make recommendations on the selections of these strains for flu vaccines for the 2019 to 20 flu season. Altimmune is developing a flu vaccine nasal spray called Nasovax. Interesting, and that's what's going on with ALT apparently. Appreciate that, George. Thanks, brother. And so a nasal flu vaccine is being developed by ALT. Let's see where that one goes as well. Whew. They raised guidance on NIO, but over 1 million shares came up for sale this week. Yeah, for sure. I mean, NIO didn't have better than expected numbers, but it just had bad guidance, bad outlook, right? If what I remember was correct. Let me see. Had an earnings call this morning. What's up, Adele's? What's my target for ALT? I mean, I don't really necessarily have a target. I'm just kind of watching it right now. Um, it's not really necessarily my style of trading. I mean, it's got a big range and it's a cheaper penny stock under $5. And so, uh, who knows, man? This one could start to run. It could wash out and never go anywhere. And so I'm just going to watch it to see if I see anything good. As for now, I mean, I don't necessarily, I just see a gap up at this point. And so I don't really have a target or anything set for it. I'm just kind of watching it until it starts to make some moves during market hours is really what I'm kind of looking for here. With BPTH, I mean, BPTH, I may think about buying a put option on BPTH. Just because it's up so much already, I think it's got to come back down at least some here, and I think a put option might be decent for this one. Let me see how much put options are running for BPTH on Robinhood right now. It's got to have options for sale too. Oh, they don't have options for sale for BPTH. This is one, this is one I would love to buy some put options on. They just don't have any for sale, unfortunately, for BPTH. Bummer, but I mean, it's kind of how it goes. Did you guys see that Johnson & Johnson were FDA approved for ketamine nasal spray for extreme depression? No way. I gotta look that up. Wow, they really did, man. That's crazy. So Johnson & Johnson just got approved for the first ketamine-like drug for as an antidepressant. It's the first new antidepressant to get FDA approval in years. What's the symbol for Johnson & Johnson? Is it JJ? It's J and J. Interesting here. Yeah, I mean, it would need to be for severe depression for sure. I mean, but that stuff's got to be serious, man. I've heard about it. But yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff is, I'm sure, is beneficial for antidepressants. I mean, what's crazy to me though is that I think that I think that cannabis is probably one of the better, safer antidepressants that people could put out there that doesn't cause any physical withdrawal symptoms, and it's overall safer than a large majority of the other antidepressants they put people on. And the fact that that remains illegal in the majority of our country is ridiculous, I think. But ketamine's getting, you know, the green light. And I mean, I might be skewed by that. I might be kind of miss saying this, but yeah, I think that ultimately they need to just legalize cannabis if they want a safe antidepressant. I think that that is probably one of the better, safer antidepressants. Right, for sure it does. I mean, CBD is already like legal across the country now, after the Farm Bill, but cannabis, not even necessarily CBD, because the CBD will kind of make you tired throughout the day, but cannabis in and of itself is probably a great antidepressant, and people don't understand it because they've never used it, and so they're opponents of it. But I think legalizing that, and I think that's part of the reason it's stayed illegal for so long. It's just there's too many uses for it. It's going to cut out of other people's businesses, and so they pay politicians a lot of PAC money to lobby against it, and ultimately it stays illegal. But yeah, it's disappointing. I'll say that. Cannabis is a double-edged sword, though. Lots of my friends overuse it and are complacent about improving their lives. I think lots of people don't use it in a beneficial way. I mean, I understand that as well. I do think it may curb um, ambition to a certain extent, but I also think that I also think that that's partly due to it being illegal. I feel like if it was legal, people wouldn't be worried about leaving their house on it, and so in turn, they wouldn't be as uh, they wouldn't lack motivation as much if it was legal. But I mean, I do agree somewhat to that as well, though, Nick. So I'm not trying to completely discredit what you're saying. I actually agree with some of that as well. But at the same time, I think that if people are, really depressed, I think that is kind of insignificant aspect of it. If it hurts their ambition, I think that we got to focus on the most significant thing first. Yeah, BPTH is definitely one I'm watching, and it's actually tradable on TEFs. If I pull up the chart here, I mean, these are probably the few I'm watching today. ALT, BPTH, you got SEEL gapping up some. You got NIO, which is gapping down some, but it's moving, and that's the big thing, is that it's actually moving some for NIO. Gonna watch Cron. There's also HIIQ. The SPY just took a pretty big downturn, and so it's actually gapping down about 30 cents now. So the SPY's gapping down a little bit now. We have EAF. What did Abercrombie and Fitch do? Abercrombie and Fitch is still up a lot. I think, I don't know. Just off of personal bias, I think this one's going to come back down. But who knows? Some people were saying that Abercrombie and Fitch was getting more popular, regaining some of its popularity. And so we'll see what happens with it. Also going to keep an eye on CGC, AMD, Cron, cannabis stocks that I typically watch. And yeah, we'll see what we get. Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. BPTH is washing out some. If I could buy a put option on BPTH, I would. Uh, if I could buy a put option on it, I would, because it's just up so much already. Like, you look at the long term daily chart here, and although it's not at ridiculous levels relative to like what it was uh, last year, it's still extremely low, and it's still a huge percentage move in an extremely short period of time. I think it's probably going to come back down, but who knows? Appreciate the subs, Sean, Rich, Nando. Good. Appreciate the subscribes, guys. Welcome. Appreciate it. But yeah, we got ALT, BPTH, Seal, a few that I'm keeping an eye on. No red days this week so far. No red days, only green days so far this week. We'll see if we can keep that going. Yesterday was basically, not. I mean, I would basically consider yesterday a break-even day. I was only up $15 at the end of the day, but still no red days this week. Trading's been going pretty well. Trading the fade, and also, like I said earlier, the testing of the moving average crossover has been going extremely well too. And just going to continue testing that. I'm going to take it really slow, just paper trade it for maybe a month before I consider using live money with the moving average crossover. But like I said, specifically, since I started testing the moving average crossover, it has worked 100% of the time for that first move on AMD. The very first move after the bell, the very first crossover after the bell on AMD, at least so far, it has worked 100% of the time. And so that's really what I'm kind of targeting down on, is that first move. I think the second move is a little bit less reliable, and a lot of times it can get kind of choppy by the time the second crossover rolls around, because it's a little bit later in the market day and stocks aren't going to have as much momentum as they did at the open. And so, like I said, specifically that first move on AMD in the morning is what I'm really targeting. I think that has the most potential for a decent trade to add to my inventory here. So we'll see what we get. What's up, Brian? What's up, man? Welcome, dude. All right. Yeah, man. I mean, it's been a pretty good week. Only green days so far this week. I can't remember. Does anybody remember how this week is gone? I know yesterday was green. Um, Tuesday was green, maybe. I don't know if I traded Tuesday. So today is Thursday. Yeah, so I've had two green days this week, is what I remember. Either one on Monday and then one yesterday, but small wins. Just looking at continuing that, and we'll see what we get. But so far, so good here. Last week was good. The week before was good. It's been, like I said, it's probably been one of the better months I've ever had trading. Specifically trading the VWAP fade. I've stuck to that the last month, and like I said, in the last month, since February began, I've only had either 4 or 5 red days total. In over a month, 4 or 5 red days total, and so very few amount of red days. My percentage accuracy rate is around 70% right now in the last month and a week. And so overall, so far so good. We'll just see how long this continues and how long this lasts. One thing I've learned about trading is that it really doesn't last that long. That you might have a strategy that starts to work really well. After a month or so, it's just going to stop. It's just not going to work as well, and you have to understand that and be ready for that. And so that's kind of why I'm testing other strategies during this time, because I've been trading long enough to understand that strategies don't continuously work like that for the most part. Maybe you have a few outliers that work for a little bit longer, as in a few months, but for the most, they switch up and change, as does the market in general, and so you got to be prepared for that. I mean, I'm assuming it's good news. At least most people thought it was good news for GTX, or what was it, GTXI? Yeah, for GTXI. I mean, it's gapping up decent. I mean, from 90s to $1.70 is pretty good. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things, though, Nick, is that, like, one of the things I realized, and I realized this about myself, is that I usually have a green week, like, I usually have a profitable week if I take at least one day off during the week, right? So on weeks when I actually say, okay, there's not any good setups here, I'm not going to trade today, those are usually the weeks that I'm actually profitable. Weeks where I feel like I need to trade every single day are usually red weeks for me. And I think it's because I have that patient mindset on the weeks that I actually am willing to skip a day if I don't see anything good. And so, I think you got to have that really selective mindset. What's up, Sunil? What's up, brother? Good morning, man. CNET? Here, let me check it out in a minute. CNET is just low volume. When I see a stock like this, all I can really do is look at the daily chart, because the intraday chart's just really low volume, not really any like concrete moves here. If you look at CNET here, it's just low volume, so I kind of look at the daily chart is what I would do. $2 seems to have some resistance, and so I'd be watching it there, I guess. But like I said, it's kind of too low volume for me. You gotta keep an eye on the cannabis stock, CGC Cron. AMD was mostly the stock I traded yesterday, and man, look at the fade on AMD. Beautiful fade. I took a little scalp of this move, but AMD ended up washing out all day yesterday. Just a nice all day fade there for AMD. Beautiful, just follow through, just continued. What's up, Huguetes? What's up, brother? Yeah, no stress, Adele. No worries. BURL. Yeah, Burlington gapping down some. I always go to their coat stores too. I always go to their stores. My wife drags me there, but uh, gapping down some must be bad earnings, is what I'm guessing, right? Seems to be that. What about a short on Snap? Snapchat. I mean, I don't hate that one. If you look at the daily chart, it's been going up since December, and so I could see. I mean, it's just about when it's going to stop, and so I don't hate it. Yeah, I think it's a little bit, you know, extended on the daily chart, but it's just about when it starts to head down. But like I said, I don't hate that one. What's up, Justin? All right, guys, we got about 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Let's do this. BPTH still spiking up here, though, guys. Look at BPTH run. Mitch has work today, guys. Yeah, Mitch is gonna be at work today. But look at BPTH run here. Huge move up to 1730s. High of 1750 just about on BPTH. Honestly, a really tight spread overall for pre-market as well. So BPTH starting to move. This is definitely one I'm going to keep an eye on today, just to see what it does. Huge range. Got to be careful with it, but it is starting to move here. It's a lot of people are going to be watching BPTH at the open this morning, so definitely watching that one. NIO, AMD, and a few other ones. SPY turning back down here. If you look at the overall market, though, SPY continues to drop here. So, we had a pretty good few weeks for the SPY. What? Yeah, we had a pretty good few weeks. The SPY's been heading up since December, and so we'll see what we get. I mean, it's been a bullish trend for the SPY since December. All right, guys, we got 5 minutes left until the open. I'm going to get everything ready here. All right, let's get everything ready, guys. Get TEFs up. Get trade ideas up here. Just get ready to trade, guys. There we go. Everything looked good. All right. Let's do this. What's up, Tiny? What's up, Mitch? Yeah, I mean, it's 8:30 my time here. It's 8:30 my time here, so not too bad. All right, guys. Good luck. Good luck. We got about 3.5 minutes. BPTH is still running up. It's up to 1775 now. SPY dropping. Going to be keeping an eye on SEEL. What was the other ones that we were watching? SEEL. There was XGTI. No, it wasn't XGTI. What was it? SEEL. NIO. ALT is what it was. Let's see if any of these are actually tradable. NIO is. BPTH is. All right, let's do this, guys. Let's do it. Yeah, I mean DJ, you would have it would have worked out well, man. But it's also super risky too. So you got to see that. Uh, it would have obviously worked out well. Hindsight's really easy to say, man, I should have done this and I should have done that. But overall, you also have to look at what you're risking, and I think that would have been a pretty high risk, especially considering how much BPTH is up already. BPTH is up a ton already, and so it would have been a risky trade for sure. I wouldn't beat yourself up too much about it. Cannabis stock's starting to drop a little bit. CGC dropping, Cron dropping a little bit. Gonna watch AMD again for that for the moving average crossover play. Gonna test it out again today, see if it works. Gonna watch ALT. So yeah, we got some movers today, especially in penny stock land. All right, guys, we got about a minute and a half left. A minute and a half. Good luck, guys. Good luck. Let's do it. Hey. Hey, bring me that. All right, guys, we got about a minute left. Yeah, man, Mitch killed it yesterday with his trade. I told him in the Discord, Mitch had way more patience than I did yesterday. He ended up holding it, making over $100 with this trade. So, really nice trade by Mitch. What was the stock, Mitch? What was it? I can't remember the stock. But it was an all-day fade. It was really good. All right, guys, we got about 40 seconds left. 40 seconds. BPTH breaking over 18, still moving here. KNDI, yeah, it was KNDI. Beautiful move on KNDI yesterday. Just a nice all-day fade. Went all the way down to the sevens. So really patient, good trade by Mitch for that one. All right, guys, we got about 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Let's do it. I'm going to get AMD ready. Here's the bell coming up. There's the bell. Good luck, guys. Good luck. All right, like I said, I'm going to be testing that first crossover play with the moving average crossover on paper. And then I might get into other stuff here, but we'll have to wait and see. Specifically on paper with AMD. That's what I'm watching for this moving average crossover. There we go. All right, but so far we have... BPTH up some. It's up to 1870s. Testing the highs. We got AMD dropping originally at the open. We have NIO spiking up a little bit here. ALT dropping some. ALT dropping some. What was the other one? SEEL. SEEL spiking up, breaking the highs of pre-market. SEEL spiking up, breaking the highs of pre-market. I'm pretty sure they would see that, Brent. Sorry for missing the question, but I'm pretty sure they would see that. All right, so like I said, I'm testing the moving average crossover right now on AMD, so I'm watching for that, but I'm also keeping an eye on some other stuff here. Specifically the cannabis stocks, maybe get some fades in depending on what they do. The overall market is down a little bit today. It's dropped some so far, the overall SPY has, but SEEL really making moves here. SEEL, big spike up, big move here. All right, so I got in on AMD here because it looked like a cross. Maybe got in a little bit early here because it might not necessarily have crossed yet. But we'll see what we get. It seemed like a cross, but maybe jumped in a little bit too early. Maybe got a little impatient with it. I think it would have worked here, though. All right, so far so good. Got in with 200 shares. It was definitely a cross. I think it'll get up to at least a $50 here, most likely. CGC dropping at the open as well. Might not be a terrible fade here for CGC. All right, so I'm going to let this work until we see another cross in it. If it, you know, it's like I said, it's worked 100% of the time. I don't expect it to continue to hold that accuracy. But I'm watching it regardless. BPTH is just being a monster this morning. Just an absolute monster here. Running up to 21 right now. Crazy, crazy move. NIO, extremely choppy as well. Very choppy move on NIO. ACB, I'm watching Cron here. ACB doesn't look terrible with a tight risk. It would have to be at the high of the day, though. ALT dropping. CGC doesn't look bad, honestly, with a risk of 17. You get in at 46, round 46. I don't hate that one for CGC, so I'm watching that one. Cannabis play. But yeah, man, BPTH, absolute monster here today. Absolute monster. Oh, I forgot to record this for my live video afterwards. All right, so I'm watching CGC here. If it can get up to 46, I can use that 46.17 level, so about a 15-cent risk from 46 to 46, or from 46.02 to 46.17 is my risk. And so I'm watching CGC for a fade here. Just about what kind of share size do I want to take with this? Watching this one, it looks like we're about to get another cross here for CGC, or for AMD, and so I got to be careful to get out of this one if it does give us that cross. It looks like it did. So I'm going to go ahead and get out. Oh, wait. I bought more. Error. All right. $68 loss on paper trade. I actually bought more. It was originally at 50, but doesn't look like it worked out today, at least for the first moving average crossover on AMD. But, I mean, that's 1 out of 4 that it failed on. And so, you know, it's still maintaining a 75% accuracy rate. At least so far in trading it. Like I said, looking at CGC here, if CGC can pop up to this 46 level, I'll consider trading it with my live account. I'm trying to think of the share size to take. If I'm risking about 17 cents, probably 200 shares, risk about 30 bucks on the trade if it can get up to 46. What did BPTH end up doing? I'm also looking at ACB. All right, so the farther CGC gets down, I mean, reward level is going to be at 45.60. So if I can get it at 46, I got about a 40-cent reward target. It just has to get up there. If it gets up there, great. If not, I'll have to just leave it alone and move on to something else. But yeah, like I said, the moving average cross did not work this morning, at least the first one. I'm starting to notice, at least for AMD, that it works a lot better on the short side, at least from what I'm seeing. At least every time it has worked successfully, it's been on the short side. And so I do have to see that and recognize that. I also have to look at CGC's spread here. At this point, the spread is anywhere between 6 and 10 cents. And I really don't want to get caught with that bad of a spread. So I'll watch it, but we got to be careful with it. Oh, is BPTH halted? Oh, it is. Look at this move, man. Crazy move. Is anybody stuck in BPTH now? Casey back is. Oh, bad. Alright, so CGC ended up washing out, never really giving me that entry I wanted here. But, I mean, I can effectively watch AMD and Cron now. And ACB too. For some fades if they can get in at the right level. But man, BPTH. Does anybody know how long the halt's going to be? Is it resumed? No. Yeah, I mean, taking profits is a good thing, guys. I mean, don't have FOMO with this one. This one could come down at any time. I mean, it's up a huge amount, like 2,000%. And so it could come down at any time, and so you got to be careful with it. If you made any significant gain from BPTH, you got to be happy because, this one is very risky at this point for anybody to trade. But so far for AMD, I'm really liking the short term crossing under the long term much more than the other one. It seems to be much more reliable, at least when the on the short side is basically what I mean by that. So the short side of this moving average crossover play seems to be much more reliable. And maybe it's just what AMD is doing at this particular time, the market AMD has at this particular time. All right, so CGC, it came down too much. Now the VWAP has dropped. And so, I mean, I could use 46 as my risk, 15 cents, and then, from 85 down to 50. So 35-cent reward. I don't hate it. Yeah, I don't hate it for CGC, I guess. It just depends on what it does here. Cron doesn't look terrible. AMD, if it pulls back to the VWAP, doesn't look terrible either, honestly. AMD just dropped so much yesterday that it's kind of getting hit. Cron doesn't look bad right now. Cron, C-R-O-N. Let me look at this one. It's right up to the VWAP. It's a little choppy this morning. A little bit lower volume for Cron. Where's risk? Risk could be at 22.40. So about 30 cents, or about 10 cents. If I can get the right fill. But like I said, it's a little choppy this morning for Cron. The spread is about 4 or 5 cents. Probably just wait. All right, so BPTH did resume, and it resumed much lower. Or I don't know if it resumed lower or it spiked up and failed. All right, looking at CGC now. I don't know if I like Cron. With a 15-cent risk for CGC. See if we can get back up there. Maybe miss my entry for it. Looks like it just dropped a little bit too quick for CGC. I was looking at an 85 entrance. It got up to 80. Not quite the entry I was looking for. I could still use ACB, but it's dropping too much. But a little bit, it seems that CGC already faded. I was looking at it and watching it. It's just, it never quite got up to the level I wanted it to, which would have been up here at 84. Maybe I was being too greedy with that entry. Maybe being selective was okay, but it ended up following through already. It just dropped down. I'm also looking at AMD. It's just down so much already. Getting in at the VWAP at 22.11 with a risk of 22.21 or 22.20 is very interesting to me. Very tight 10-cent risk. Huge reward there. Honestly, I like a little bit tighter, actually, maybe 25, and so about a 15-cent risk. I don't hate that one. But CGC already followed through. Cron followed through, and so I guess it would have worked, but it's kind of how it goes sometimes. SPY continues to fall here. Overall market dropping. BPTH here is, let's see what BPTH is doing. Whoa. BPTH is running again. This looks like it's the next crazy mover. BPTH is up to 28.80s. Absolutely ridiculous here. Monster move. Huge move for BPTH. Look at this thing go, guys. Up to 28.80s. This thing is up like 3,000%. 2,500%. Crazy. Alright, so CGC is bouncing back. I really don't trust it anymore. I really don't trust it anymore for CGC. It's bouncing back. It's already bounced off the low of the day once, and we'll see what we get with it, but definitely not my favorite right now. Like I said, I don't hate AMD if it can get up to 22.10 right here at the VWAP. If it can get up there, I'll take it at 22.20 all day. Even if it drops to 22.05, I'll still take it with the risk of 22.20 all day. 15 cents, and then a reward level down to 21.80. I like that one. Good risk reward. What did APHA end up doing? ALT ended up washing out today. APHA, I mean, we've got some fades today on the cannabis stocks. Look at EAF, guys. EAF is starting to run as well. CGC's back up to the VWAP. Like I said, though, I really do not trust this move anymore. It's kind of come back up there too many times. I could use a 46 risk, like I said, about 46, but not going to risk that. It doesn't look terrible risk-reward wise, but since the VWAP's down at 45.80, my risk would be 20 cents. My reward would be 30 cents or so, and so it's just not as good risk-reward anymore. Plus, the cannabis plays are bouncing back. That's why I said this next move I just don't trust. This move right here was good. This move was bad. Just didn't trust it. When a green bar turns red for a few minutes, it means it's downward. It means it closed lower. Green means it's moving up. Red means it's moving down. Orange, what do you mean orange? The only two, I mean, these are red. I call them red. Maybe they might seem a little bit more orange, but red is what I kind of mean by these. Still looking for some fades here. I mean, CGC, it was just the third test. I just didn't trust it. Cron is actually spiking up a little bit here. BPTH, I'm surprised this thing isn't halted for good. At this point with BPTH, I'll tell you guys this, right? At this point with BPTH, you have to be extremely careful of this thing getting investigated by the SEC. It has moved up like 2,500% in a week, and 2,500% in a week. And a lot of the times, sometimes they're going to have volatility halts, but also sometimes these are going to start getting investigated by the SEC because they view this type of move as suspicious. And so just a heads up, be careful with BPTH. I'm not saying it's not going to continue running. It very easily could. It could, you do have the potential to make money with BPTH, but you also have the potential to lose money. And so all I'm trying to say, I guess, is just be careful. That's all I'm trying to say with it. I've seen these moves before. A very common and well-known one was LFIN. LFIN was halted because it started to get investigated by the SEC, and it resumed at it was halted at $50 and it resumed at $6 on the OTC market. And so be careful, guys. That's all I'm saying. All right, James. Right, that's the main reason, Nick, is that it's consistently volatile. That's the main reason why. And it's just, whenever I test a stock, a lot of times I'm going to test it on something that it has consistent volatility day in, day out, where I can actually reasonably test it. That's why I choose AMD a lot of the times, just because it's the easier one to test it on. With that said, AMD moving up, it's up to 2190. Like I said, if it gets up to 2204 or so, I can use a risk level of 2220, 15 cents, and then from 2204 or 2205 down to the lows at about 2175. And so that is about a 30-cent reward, 15-cent risk. I'll consider that for AMD if it can get up there. It's got to actually get up there, though. Also, AMD had a pretty big red day. Yeah, man, 29 to 24. All right, like I said, AMD climbing up. If it gets up to 2205, I'll consider it with a risk of 2220. I don't hate that. We'll see what we get. Seal right back down to the VWAP. SEEL right back down to the VWAP. BPTH, is it halted? Yeah, BPTH is halted on the way down as I was saying that. I don't know if it was halted before I started saying that or after, but there it goes. Halted on the way down. All right, definitely starting to keep an eye on AMD here. Appreciate the sub. Let's see. Appreciate the sub, Gary. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. Welcome to the stream, bro. I could also use 2313 as my risk. I don't necessarily hate that either. That's a 10-cent risk with a 30-cent reward. If it gets up there or not, we'll see. Market consistently heading down today. It doesn't look like AMD is going to give me the fade. I appreciate the sub, Armando. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it. Thanks for the subscribes, guys. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, at this point, I mean, I could see CGC maybe use a risk of 46.09, 46 maybe for CGC, but it's a little risky. I appreciate the sub, Eric. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the sub. Appreciate the sub, Stefan. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it. Yeah, CGC, like I said, it looked decent. I could have used a risk up here, just never end up taking it. Didn't end up taking that one. AMD, it's kind of consolidating down here. We'll wait for it. My trading has gone much better when I'm more selective, and I think I've been pretty selective lately, and so just waiting for good setups, good moves. APHA didn't look terrible. Seal, SEEL, maybe bouncing off the VWAP here. The thing I don't hate about Seal, I can't trade it. It's not tradable for me. But the thing I don't hate about it is that it gives me a very obvious risk. Like if you get in on this VWAP bounce at 285 going long, you can set a risk level down here at 2260s, reward level up here. And so your risk is relatively tight. Your risk is from here down to here. And your reward level is all the way up here. And so I don't hate that one. Using that previous move here, that previous high of the opening candle as your risk. Decent risk reward trade there for the VWAP bounce. And it looked to be following through a significant amount as well. So didn't end up working out. CGC did end up tanking here after testing it for a while. Also, everybody go check out Casey's channel. Let me see if I can find the link here. Casey, one of our members, has been making a channel here, so go check his channel out. Hit that subscribe button. He posts a lot of options videos, and so I'll post that here. I think he's somewhere in the stream, but yeah, go check it out. I just posted his link here. He's Casey from our chat. He's been making some options videos, and so go check it out if you have time. All right, so there goes BPTH. I'll end up posting it again, but look at BPTH again, back up here to 25 30s. They're 2560s. Absolutely bizarre move. Honestly, a little bummed out I didn't get in CGC. That was the main one I was watching today. But nice fade for the second move. All right, so we got AMD moving back up here. I would use this 2213 level as my risk. I don't hate that. For about 10 cents is my risk. I don't hate it. I could use 2213 as my risk. It's got to get up to 22 though for me to get that good risk reward. I also don't really necessarily like the fact that it's kind of stair stepping up there. But it doesn't look terrible. Risk level would be up here at 14. And so my risk level would be about 14 cents actually. With that, since my risk is about 15 cents, I got to use 200 shares, I think. See if we can get the push up there. It's getting close. I got to wait for that entry, though, at 22. It's got to give me that entry for me to have the good risk reward. If not, I'm getting in, and my risk reward is much worse. So, got to wait for that 22 entry. Never quite got up there. Let me move these. Let me see. Ended up dropping. Like I said, it needed to get up to 22 at least. It got up to 96, so about 4 cents away. But that with the spread, it would have just been my risk reward wouldn't have been as good, unfortunately. We'll see though. I mean, it's getting up there. I'm starting to watch it, but not yet. I'm not going to get in it yet. It's got to get up to 22 at least. $96. 97, 98, close, 99, 22, All right, I'm in there with 200 shares. Like I said, reward levels down at 21.75, 21.80, 21.75. Risk levels about 10 cents or so. Or 15 cents, actually, sorry. So it's a tight risk of about 15 cents. I don't hate it. We'll just see, though. We'll give it a little bit of time. We might get a cross here. I might be kind of backfired into the cross here, but we'll give it a little bit of time. Tight risk, 15 cents. All right, we're back down to 99s. Let's see if we get a nice rejection off of the VWAP here. That's ultimately what we want to see. It's just a rejection and a pushback down and a confirmation in the trend. So we'll give it a little bit of time, but holding 200 shares, small position. Like I said, the reason my position's a little bit smaller is because my risk is over 10 cents. It's about 15 cents, and my reward is bigger as well. And so I can take a smaller size trying to get a little bit bigger gain from it. If I do lose, it's going to be about a $30 loss, and so small loss overall. Let's just hope this trend doesn't stick here. I do see the moving average crossover that I got to be wary of. Kind of battling the whole dollar of 22. Let's see what the SPY's doing. I think that might affect it as well. If the SPY starts to run up, it's going to be kind of going against me here. Can y'all hear me okay? Oh, and Casey's channel, Jason. All right, down to 2. We'll see if we get another crossover here on the downside for AMD. It's down to 2202, 2201. We want to see it push back under 22 and hold that level as resistance. And so we'll give it some time here. But like I said, small position. I don't hate it, but I want to see this battle over the VWAP get rejected a little bit here at 22. That's ultimately the goal. I want to see it break underneath 22 and then hold that area as resistance if possible. All right, there's 98. Looks a little bit better here. Sorry, Brian. What's up, brother? Sorry, man. You should be able to hear me okay. Yeah, here's Casey's channel one more time. Go check out Casey's channel. All right, there's 94s. Beautiful. Let's see if we get a moving average crossover here. This is what I'm ultimately looking for. I'm only in this one with 200 shares, and so I don't mind letting this one work here and kind of battling it out over the VWAP. At this point, I just want to see it hold under 22 and continue to drop here. If we get another cross under the moving average, it should give me some more downward momentum here. But it's down to 92. Not terrible. I could scalp it here, take 100 off. I'll let it get up to over 20, hopefully, in gains before I do that. Down to 90s. All right, it's down to 94s, 95s. Like I said, we want to see 22 really hold here. We want to see it hold underneath 22 is what we really want to see. The more it pushes up over 22, the less I trust it, especially if it gets a big volume spike here. We want to see that 22 whole dollar area hold as resistance and then really hold this stock down. Just to get a nice fade going on. It's down to 95s. Let's see if we can break that $90 level. Like I said, I'm going to take profits if it goes my way at about 21.80 for that first one, and then let the rest really work to see if it can break. There's 92s again. Back up to 97s. Like I said, we gotta be pretty tight with the risk on this one. I don't like these down wicks here though. That's one thing I do not like about this one so far is these down wicks. That means some buying pressure here. And so ultimately could head against me, but we'll let it work. Give it some time. Let's see if that whole dollar holds as resistance. All right, we got another spike up here. Back down to 99s. Let's see it hold. 98s. Back to 22. Back to 22.01. You know, at this point, if it breaks over 22.06, I could effectively get out of it for a smaller loss. But I'll give it a little bit of time. I really don't like it that much anymore, but I'll let it work and I'll stick to my original risk I gave myself. But at this point, like I said, I don't really like it that much anymore. Once it breaks this previous high, it's putting in higher highs. And so, not my favorite one to hold right now. But I'll let it go to my original risk, like I said, which was 22.12. 22.13 or so. But it is breaking highs here. 22.08. All right, so this is where I got to start being pretty careful with it. Like I said, my risk is about 22.13 or so, where that previous opening range high was. And so it's at 22.10, 11, getting very close to exiting here, 12. I'll let it test. Hopefully that area acts as confirmation, but if not, I got to jump out. Down to 09s, 08s. All right, so there's a good little confirmation level, but we'll see if this level holds now. That's kind of why I made that level my risk. Back down to 22.05 is because it got rejected right there. It's just major resistance. And so we'll give it some time, see what happens, but it's getting close. You know, what we don't want to see is it get rejected, get some volume, and then spike back over it. It's down to 22.04. We also don't necessarily want to see it hold too much support at the whole dollar of 22. So it's getting pushed down some. We'll give it some time here, but got to be careful with it. Got to be very strict with my risk. Like I said, if it finds support here and then gets a big volume spike, I just got to be prepared to exit this one. Battling it again. It's at 22.10. It's really kind of fighting this level, which is what my risk level was. And it gives me some confirmation in the risk level, but I still have to be extremely careful with it here. All right, I got rejected there again. at 22.12, 22.13 where I set my risk. Gonna hold tight to it, but we'll see what we get. $22.10. Nines. Seems to really want to break this level, so I got my hands over the cover button. It's 11. There's 11 again. Whenever it gets up to 11, this is when I really have to be careful with it. There's 13. 12. It touched my level, but it never broke it. Hands over the cover button. Back down to nines. Alright, so we got rejected again here. That level's kind of definitely getting confirmed a little bit. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it work. I'm sticking to the risk I gave myself. There's a reason I gave this level as my risk, is because if it breaks that level, it's effectively gonna start trending up. And so I just gotta be strict with it. It got up to 12 and 13, but it never actually broke. And so holding it to my level here. Back down to fives though. Alright, heading back up. Again, when it gets up close here, I got to get my hand over the cover button. Alright, it's back up to 10. This one, it might have some momentum. It looks very... It looks a little bit stronger here, I think. And so if it breaks and gets close this time, I got to be really careful. It just looks a little bit stronger at this point. It's pulled back some, kind of regained a little bit of strength, I feel like. Alright, we get another drop, which is good, but, it's actually got to break down now that we're getting some follow-through. I don't want to see it hold support where that previous little flag was here. There's no 4. Let's see if we can get a break under the whole dollar. It's got this big 22 level here, which we got to understand and acknowledge. It does give me really good confirmation. Like if you see I'm like, hey, I drew my risk at 22.14, it gets up to 22.13, and so I do like that confirmation in that risk level. Very easy trade to follow now that it's actually confirmed that risk level multiple times. If it breaks 22.13, I can safely get out of the trade and not really regret it, regardless of what it does afterwards. And so at this point, it's just about actually, seeing if it's going to break down or not. Like I said, it did stick to that level, and it did confirm it multiple times, and now it's down to 22s. And so if it breaks that risk, which was, if you watch the stream, that's the original risk I gave myself. So if it breaks that, I could safely get out the trade and not really regret it at all. It's confirmed it multiple times, and so even if it just fakes me out and stops me out, it's a understandable risk at this point. All right, we're down to 22.02, 22.01, 22. Let's see if we can get a break under the whole dollar here If it could break under the whole dollar, it looks really weak here. So we want to see a break and hold now. A lot of red on the time and sales. About break even trade at this point. Down to 22. Let's see if we get the break here. It's going to want to find support at 22, the whole dollar. And so it's just about seeing if it breaks underneath there. Maybe we can get a moving average cross. All right, so I'm green in the trade again. Let's see if we get a break. Like I said, I'm just going to stick to my level here, which is taking profits at 21.80. I think that's a reasonable level. Down to 97s. Well, it's confirmed my risk, and so it's really a very easy trade at this point. It's gone to my risk level, sticking to that level. 21.80 profit target. If it gets down to 21.85 or so, I might take profits regardless, but very simple trade now. Even if it goes against me, if it breaks this level, I got to get out of it. 22.12, 22.13. Just hope it finds some resistance at the whole dollar of 22 now. What is BPTH doing here? Oh. Yeah, BPTH is a madman today. Just absolutely crazy stock. All right, let's look at this 22 level hold for AMD. It's testing it now. We want to see that level hold get rejected. Break under 21.90 would be nice. I'm short, Nick. I'm short in AMD. Yeah, I got in a while back. My risk level was always up here at 22.13. It confirmed my risk really, really nicely. And so now it's just about, this is the first time I'm green in it in a while. And so it's just about holding it. Going to take profits at about 21.80s or so if it can get down there. And if it breaks that previous risk level at about 22.13, 22.14, then I get out of it. Sitting on this one for a while though. Yeah, we'll just see if that whole dollar of 22 can hold as resistance now. I'm just going to let it work. Mitch is at work today, bro. So yeah, it's just me today. He was in the stream a little bit ago. I mean, he was in the chat a little bit ago, but yeah, he's at work. All right, we got 94s now, which is great. 94s. We want to see a break under 21.90, really. 21.90 is where we want to see the break. There's 92s. Looks good. Had to be a little bit patient. A little bit more patient with this one. Let's see if that 21.90 level will break. That's what we want to see. It touched it for a split second. It broke 21.90. And now it popped right back up. Like I said, though, it's a very easy trade to follow at this point. There's 92s. We just want to see it hold under the VWAP now and break down. 91s. 90s. See if we get that break under 90. It keeps trying and keeps bouncing right there again. 92s, 90s, there we go. 89s, beautiful. Come on, let's go. 89s. Don't bounce right back here. Let's get a really nice breakdown. It doesn't want to break it. Like I said, 90s big support. Next profit target, I'll probably take some at 85 or 80. Like I said, that's kind of my plan at least for this one. There's 90s again. Yeah, Casey. Hey, brother. Green is good, brother. It sounds like you were really green in that one too, man. So congrats, brother. Nice trade. Casey, nice trade, man. All right, we got down to 88s. Let's get down to 85s. I'll take a little bit down off of this one. Back down to 90s. '88s. This is close enough. I'm going to take half off there. Goal was 80, 85. I took it at 86. Not going to be mad at myself. It's consolidating a little bit too much for me. And so I'm going to let the rest work, see if we get a low of the day crack in this. You know, I've taken profits. It's not going to be a losing trade at this point, and so I can really let it work. Honestly, these are my favorite type of trades, to where if you look at it, these are my favorite type, right? Like if you heard me around 9:45, around right here, talk about where my risk was. My risk was at 22.13, 22.14, and you can see exactly where AMD goes up to. It goes up to exactly 22.13. Confirming my risk, making me really nervous. But when it gets rejected and pushes it back down, my risk level was confirmed. I understand, like, that is the best risk level I could have. Spot on with it. And now at this point, it's just a really easy trade. I've taken profits. If it gets, you know, above 22, I can get out. And if it stays down here, I'm safe. And so overall, happy with the trade. It was one of those ones, like I said, where it confirms my risk, making it really easy on me. And so we'll see if we get the breakdown. If not, no stress. Get out for a small win. We'll see if I can finish the week out strong tomorrow. If today's a green day and tomorrow's a green day, that's a perfect week. No red days, no red trades. I don't think it was RSI convergence. It might have been, Jason. I don't know. It was some type of convergence, though. I don't know if it was necessarily RSI convergence, though. All right, if we get over 95 or so, I'll probably get out of this one. I'm not trying to hold it over to test the VWAP again. I'll let it work, I guess, but I don't really like it over 95. Maybe I'm just getting a little. Maybe I'm letting my emotions get the best of me, though. Maybe I should let this one work. I don't think it's going to come back up. I think it's going to hold underneath. And it's going to be a green trade regardless. Maybe I should just let this one work. Yeah, this is not what I wanted here. Unfortunately. We'll let it give it a little bit of time to test, but I don't want it to try to get over 22 again. I'll probably just end it. There we go. I think I'll use that high. If it stays down here, I'll use that previous high as my risk. Right there at 96, 97. There's 92s. I mean, like I said, ideal goal for this one is to see if we can break 73. So maybe I'm just getting impatient with it. I like this fall down here. Nice siesta. Sounds like a lot of people made money on BPTH today. Honestly, it was the madman today. It was a madman. It was absolutely crazy. Yeah, man. Nice, Jason. Hey, brother. That's awesome, bro. That's a nice comeback, dude. It's a tough comeback to make, too, but good job, brother. All right, we're getting a spike up to 95. Like I said, I don't really want to hold this one for a breakout over 22. And so if it gets over like 91, 97, I got to get out of it. I don't want to let it hold for a breakout over 22. If it gets up there, it could really spike up, and I don't want to hold it through that. There he goes. I move down. Let's see if we can actually break 2190. That 2190 level is just being stubborn with this one. It doesn't want to really break down underneath much of it, and it's just being stubborn here. It's been battling that level this whole time. Let's see. It breaks under 2190, pops right back up. It's just being stubborn. Let's see if we can get a nice breakdown here and get a move towards the lows. I just looked away. Now it's back up to 94. 95. It's 93s. Back up to 95s. 95s. '97s. All right, I'm out. As soon as I saw 98 hit, I'm out. I don't want to. I don't want it to. I don't want to get caught in a spike over the whole dollar of 22. Obviously, it's not the trade I wanted. It's just it's sitting down there too much. It's just hanging out down here too much. So green is green, but a little disappointed it didn't break down more. I could have taken profits when I was up about 20 something dollars, but small win's a small win. I just didn't want to hold it through this breakout over 22. I could have set my risk at 22, but I think if it gets up to 22 and breaks the whole dollar, it'll really kind of spike up quickly, and I just don't want to hold it through that. So small gain, I'll take it. Right, I mean, it's just, I don't want to hold it through. I mean, green is good, I'll take it. It's a small green trade, but still green on the day and green on the week. And so green's good, I'll take it. Disappointed, but it's kind of how it goes sometimes. Like I said, I don't really want to hold it back up to this risk level. I don't want to hold it for a breakout over 22 like it's doing now. I didn't want to hold it through that, and so I think it was the right move to get out. But haven't had a losing day this week. I'll take it. A few small wins, little base hits here and there, but nothing significant. Just kind of consolidating down. It wasn't a red trade, and for a while I thought it was going to be a red trade while it was up here. So I'll take the little gain. Basically break even, but I'll take it. All right, guys. Also, remember, if you're interested in using the broker that Mitch and I use, go check out TradeNet, and I'll post their link here. You can get 10% off their packages by going through my link. And so, go check that out. Just posted there. So, if you want to use the broker that I use, that I can take a $14 gain and still be profitable and net profits from it, go check out TradeNet, because that's how I'm doing it. My commissions on this trade, even though it was only a $14 gain, was about $4.50. And so I could still profit taking a $14 gain from it. I'll take it for sure. CGC was honestly, CGC was the one that I was the most bummed out about missing here. I called out the fade on this one numerous times, and it really faded down nicely there. But, just didn't take it. Never quite got to my entry, but I was still a little disappointed that I missed that one for sure. They had a BPTH was kind of the madman today. Everybody was watching BPTH. Absolutely ridiculous move. I'm surprised this one is still going, honestly, and not halted for good, but we'll see what happens to it. I know a lot of people made money on it, so congrats, guys. A lot of people said they were in this one, and they made money on it, so congrats. Happy to see everybody could take home some gains with BPTH. Also, like I said, if anybody wants to try out the TradeNet 5-day demo challenge, and so with the TradeNet 5-day demo challenge, you can see here, you can actually try to win a TradeNet account for free. You don't have to pay them anything. You can try to win the challenge, and if you win it, they give you a free funded account through TradeNet with their $14,000 in buying power with their intro account. And so you can see if anybody's interested in winning the 5-day demo challenge, you can check it out here. You can see the rules for the challenge are this, like so. You have to trade at least 3 times per day. The maximum daily loss is $100, and you have a maximum total loss of $300. Like I said, you have to at least take 3 trades per day. Only one time you can only be in the challenge once. You have to do a survey if you do win. And yeah, that's about it. You must trade on at least 3 of the 5 trading days. So it's not that tough, but it's difficult, don't get me wrong. And you have to make at least $500 in net profits or more. But if you do all those things, you win a free funded account. Not the same one I'm using. I'm using a student account, but the same funded account, similar funded account than to what I'm using. And so if you want to check that out, I'll post that link here and you can go try it. Yeah, shorts are allowed. There's the link if you want to go check it out. Yeah, it's like Tech says. Tech didn't make the challenge, but like he says, it's really good experience for new traders. And if you're thinking about using TradeNet and you're thinking about using Tefs, which is the broker I'm using, you can do the demo. You can get a good idea of using the broker and using the platform. And for that reason, it's good experience overall. Jason says, I've only been here since August, and this stream team class has grown significantly. I'm proud to be a part of it, and hopefully you new guys will realize how lucky we are to have a place like this. Hey, I appreciate the support, Jason. Hey, brother, means a lot, man. We enjoy having you here, bro, so happy to have you here, man. Also, guys, yeah, check out our classes. If you're interested, we hold classes every week, guys. We hold classes, 3 classes a week. And you can see here for our members, it's just a lot of content. We try to be the anti-guru here at Beginner Trading. And so we just try to, we try to give people a cheap option. Other people are charging thousands of dollars. Like, we have probably more content than they do for $15 a month. And we literally have probably around 60 hours of content. So literal days of content here. And you can see each of these classes is an hour long. And we have tons of classes. And this is just one page. This is the concepts and strategies. We have risk reward here. You can see, a lot of risk reward classes on calculating risk reward. We have psychology, so kind of getting your mind right with trading, hesitation, problems, finding consistency, developing the trading mindset, morning routine, and so forth. We have individual strategies here. Moving average, crossover, VWAP, fades, rejections, bear flags, pennants, whatever you could think of, we typically have it. And so go check it out, guys. I'll post that link here if anybody's interested, and I'll play the promo video. But yeah, like I said, we're trying to be the anti-guru here. We're the only people that are telling you we're not experts or gurus. We're not going to try to pretend to be experts or gurus or anything like that. We're just going to be honest with you about how trading is. And so go check out that link if you're interested and take in our classes, we do, not only do we have that, the whole library of 60 hours, but we hold 3-hour-long live classes every week. And so every week you can join us. We have a member Discord and chat, and you can join us for our classes that we hold 3 times a week. And I'll go ahead and post that intro. I'll post that that promo video so you can check it out here. Let me make sure I got this right. Yeah, like I said, those are our classes. I'll post that link one more time if anybody wants to check those out. What's up, Connor? What's up, brother? What's up, Connor? Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, my trading, it's kind of cool. Like, I had that tough time trading the opening range breakout. Since I kind of moved back with the fade, like my trading's been spot on. I've been super happy with how my trading has been. And so I'm just going to look to continue it. I got to scale up in sizing, but going to look to continue it, see if I can keep it going. Today was a tiny gain of $14, basically break even. But I had the potential to win much bigger. I just, it just didn't work out. And so it's, whenever the fade works out, it can be either a big win or a break-even small win. And today was a break-even small win. And so I'll take it, but I'm going to look to continue at it. We'll see if we can finish the week perfect tomorrow. Yeah, there's no PDT rule on TradeNet, Nick. Yeah, you can trade as much as you want on there, brother. And like I said, if anybody's interested, I'll post the TradeNet link one more time. If you're interested in using the broker that I'm using, you can go to that link and check it out. Go check out TradeNet. And like I said, if you want to check out the demo challenge on TradeNet, I'll post that link here. Commissions are pretty cheap, DJ. It depends, right? So commissions, if you use small sizing, commissions are cheap on TEFs. So like for instance, if I trade with 300 shares or less, a full round trip on TradeNet and TEFs, a full round trip if I trade with 300 shares or less is like $3 or $4 total for a full round trip. If I trade 1,000 shares, commissions is about $12 a round trip. But where it does get expensive though if you trade like more than that. Like if you trade 2,000 shares, 2,000 shares a trade, then commissions are going to be high. It's going to be like $20, $24. But if you use small size, like when I say small size, I mean like 1,000 shares or less, they're pretty cheap overall relative to what everybody else is charging. Oh, also, shout out to Trade Ideas. I get a lot of people that ask me about these scanners. And, these are Trade Ideas scanners. BPTH popped up on them. And so if anybody's interested in checking out the scanner that I'm using, which is Trade Ideas, I'll post that link here as well. Super cheap. And so you can go check out Trade Ideas and, honestly go check them out. Really cool dynamic scanner. They make my morning much, much easier. And so go check out Trade Ideas. I posted that link as well. And like I said, go check out our site if you're interested in joining us for classes. You get like 50 to 60 hours of content. You get 3 live classes a week. You get our member Discord and chat, all for $15. And so super cheap. Go check it out. Good luck for the rest of the day, guys. I'm done. Small green day, break even day, basically. Small green day. I might be up a few bucks. I'll take it. It's not a losing day. It's not a losing trade. Still up, having 3 green days this week, no red days. Overall, I'm definitely happy with my trading and how it's been. You can see my graph here before today. You can see my graph here is looking pretty good overall. Just need to keep working on it, keep improving, and we'll see how it goes. Actually, I need to add yesterday's and today's. This is before yesterday, so I'm up a few $100s on the month. I'll take it for sure. All live on stream, and so good luck, guys. We'll see you all tomorrow, and we'll see everybody in our classes tonight. So good luck. See you all tonight, and have a good day.